Oh, hello, princess.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Is it? Beat you to it.
That's my stem of the week. Oh, hello, princess. And then his little feet. And like 6 people in the chat will know what I'm referencing, but it's funny. Happy Friday, guys. Michelle needed an extra week, so we are going to do our Pinterest stream next week, which is actually awesome because it's Mark's birthday. And that means you won't have to stream on your birthday. It'll just be me and Michelle.
That would be really cool.
I know. And, we stream like...
Not really. I actually really like doing these streams, so...
Well, you can just sit all alone. You can hang out. I mean, we'll
figure it out.
If we can fit me, you, and a cat, I'm sure that we can fit me, you, and Michelle and a cat on the screen. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Happy Friday, guys. We're going to be doing critiques here in just a second. If this is your first time, please just wait before you submit anything because there are some rules that we need to go over. For those of you who have been around forever, you already know what the rules are. So we hold you to the highest standard. But first, guys, please consider donating to our spring charity, which is CARE, the Cat Adoption and Rescue Efforts. Last I checked, we were up to $1,800 for CARE. So thank you for helping us. It's kind of like St. Jude is really easy to promote because everybody recognizes St. Jude and they've seen the commercials and stuff. So our charities for St. Jude do really well around the holidays. But the smaller charities that we also donate to, I think that I'm not going to say they're more important. That's silly. But but they need a little more help, I think, than those bigger charities, simply because there's a lot more money that goes into outreach and advertising for big charities, whereas the little ones, you don't hear about them as much. Right. Therefore, they're probably not bringing in as many donations. So we're going to run this one until we hit $2,000, and then I'm going to be switching to water.org. For summer. I really like their organization because they don't just provide clean drinking water to places that don't have it. They make sure that while they're providing that clean drinking water, they're also installing like permanent installations to actually provide safe drinking water for the long term. So they're not just like handing out bottles of water. They're doing that, but then they're also going in and actually installing water treatment. So anyway, that'll be coming up very, very soon. Mr. Moore, hello.
Hello, princess.
Hello, princess. Can you go ahead and share your screen? Because I have...
Yes.
So if you don't see your name, I just kind of stole these from the awards show because we were not I was expecting Michelle this week. So we will be adding to this list. But thank you to all of our sponsors. We had so many people join the Patreon.
Thank you so much.
This week.
Love you.
And it's all to get our Trends Digest that just came out. So definitely, if you're interested in joining the Patreon, I tell you what, this is like the best thing that I think we've ever released. It took forever for Mark and I to create it, but
it took us all day combined efforts.
There's 3 pricing tiers, $5, $15, and $25 a month, $5 a month. That's where you get this big Trends Digest. We also sell it on its own. It's the only thing that I've ever, could you pop that in the chat? It's the only incentive that I've ever sold as a standalone, but I'll explain why in just a few minutes. But if you join the Trend Tracker tier for the Patreon, you get one every single month. You get blog posts from me. You get, if there's any news, you get that. For $15 a month, you get all of the above, but you also get templates, printable guides. There's a office hours post where if you have questions for me, yes, you can submit those. And for Alpha Gold Stars, you get all of the above for both of these tiers, but you also get to enter your shop for a critique roulette. And I also do 2 different spotlights a month for shops that are doing really well. So you get all kinds of goodies. There's tons of stuff that post, and you get access to everything that's ever been posted. And the library now is huge because I've been doing this since October. And what Mark just put in the chat, this digest is the reason that everybody's joining. HAA students, you guys already have access to it.
Yeah, but you guys can buy that post on its own, or you can sign up to the Patreon, and the $5 tier will get you the same thing.
Yes, you can buy it on its own. How much did we say? $20?
It's 20, yeah.
$20 if you don't want to do a subscription, or you can sign up $5 a month and get one of these every single month, but this is my ultimate trends spring digest. So basically what I did was I found every single trending term that had low competition and searches that exceeded that competition, and I was able to find 190 of them. So lots of really, really good ones. If this is something that you feel like would be helpful to you in developing some new products, these span over handmade, POD, vintage, and digital. So I found as many trends as I could in as many different industries as possible. So definitely check that out. Mark put the link in the chat. Also, Handmade Alpha Academy. Do you guys like the new logo? New branding coming soon, HAA. But Handmade Alpha Academy, which is my self-paced Etsy coaching program. We've been running it for almost a decade now, and it opens on June 14th. So if you guys are interested in that, it'll only be open for 10 days for enrollment. But once you're in for life. Just visit joinhaa.com and you can sign up for an email notification when doors open so you don't miss it. Not only do you get access to the entire program, you also get all of the Patreon stuff that I mentioned. You just get that. You don't have to be a Patreon member.
Yep.
You get annual access to our Alpha Holiday Boot Camp. You get Christina Nicole's nearly $300 program, the Product Photography Essentials Workshop. You get a year of eRank Pro. Is that it? And all the bonuses that come with HA. I felt like there was something else. Oh, you get lifetime support from me. That's like the most valuable part, is that you have my email address and you can just email me if you have a question. So anyway, okay, da rules. So for our critique session, please only submit your shop once per round. We will let you know when a new round has started. If you submit it more than once, not only does our random generator get rid of duplicates, but you are likely to get banned from commenting for this session. Only submit your shop name as it appears on Etsy. So no spaces, not your full URL, not the www dot. We just need your shop name with no spaces. Don't submit your shop if you know you have IP infringing items. That's going to be any lyrics, brands. If you got a Volkswagen bus in your listings, anything that can be recognized for IP. Keep in mind what you're doing is illegal, and it's probably not good for one of the biggest Etsy YouTubers to show your shop to thousands of people.
I'm going to throw in drop shipped items and things like that. We get a lot of that each stream too.
Not POD,
Also,
but like
actual drop shipped. Yes. Well, I'm not stupid.
Well, no, I'm saying that some people, like Printify has that they're a drop ship platform on their website.
And if you are a
drop shipping,
if you are a blatant creative Fabrica pattern buyer person, I'm just going to skip your shop.
Right. Like no alterations.
Yeah. It's most of them can usually sneak by, but there are a couple of shops that buy the exact same Patagonia adjacent mountaintop things to put on their t-shirts. I recognize you immediately. So
yeah,
just please.
Basically your shop has to follow Etsy's rules. That's if your shop doesn't follow Etsy's rules,
I'm going to do my best to filter you out of so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, so make sure you follow Etsy's rules. And then wait until you see my name, Starla Moore, post go in the chat, and then Mark will take everybody who has submitted in that time frame. You can go ahead and...
I posted the join HAA. I forgot to post that during the...
Go ahead and dismiss my note there so it's not in the way about... unpin.
Okay, there we go. All right, and then I will post go in the chat. You'll see it here. I'm going to post it here in a couple of seconds, so it actually has time to like catch up, and then we'll go ahead and just post it.
Do you already have your random picker up?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And I have copy and paste bound to my mouse, so.
Awesome. All right. We haven't done one of these in a long time.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, we only do a couple of these a year because when HAA is open from June 14th through the 24th, that Monday through Friday that it's open, we do Critique Week where we host shop critiques every single day for 1 hour. And your odds are increased exponentially if you show up every day because... we're here every day. But other than that, we try to only do a couple of these. I don't want to be known as...
There's more shops than that. Come on. Where are you at?
Is it slow today? Wow, 144 viewers. Where is everybody today?
It's warm.
It's warm. It's nice out. It's pretty?
It's nice out.
Where is everybody? Don't answer that question until after we start. All right. They're still coming in.
Yeah, I usually give it 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, do you want to...
Yeah, for a critique. But then again, we kind of blasted through our intro. Normally it takes about 30 minutes for people to really like pile in here.
I'm trying to condense our intro a little bit. I feel like when I first started the Patreon, I had to sell every aspect of it and like explain like every single, but you guys can just go to the page and look. Like there's so much there now that like you can immediately see like how much you're getting access to. It's just, I don't want to have to sit here and waste everybody's time by telling you everything. It's different when it's like HAA, where I feel like we need to like explain exactly what the program is. But towards the end, if you guys have questions about my coaching program, we're also happy to answer those. We've got, what, a little over a month until HAA opens?
2 months.
2 months?
A little under 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, because today is the 24th.
And it opens on...
The 14th.
Of June.
Yes.
And it's April 24th.
May, June.
Yeah.
So 10 days less than 2 months, yes.
Or on June 14th, not 24th.
I said 14th.
Oh, okay. I'm
You're out of it today.
I know.
It's a burnout week, y'all.
Well, we also almost killed our entire family.
You want to elaborate on that?
We, you guys know how like over the winter we've been real like sleepy and sick and
tired and
breathing problems,
unmotivated,
and a lot of you guys were like, you guys should look into that more. And we're like, we have been. We can't figure out what's wrong. Well, we figured out what was wrong. There's a hole in our furnace.
Yeah, the flue basically wasn't connected to the outbound. I mean, it was, but around the collar where it connects to the flue that leads outside of the house, it's an old school system that still uses galvanized metal, was just gone.
Open.
The collar was just gone.
And it's in like a really inconvenient spot, so you can't see it.
Yeah,
like, we didn't notice it.
Yeah, there's furniture and stuff that makes it impossible to even get there. So I have a CO detector literally right next to it. But if anybody knows about it, they're really only built to like once it gets to a point where it's like a problem.
So it's just a little problem.
So it was just like a little tiny problem that builds up over time as you stay in it.
Okay, you should probably.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, you didn't post stop.
Oh, I didn't. Well, they're not going anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. But yeah, so we haven't been feeling all that great every time the furnace is on. And I'm just like, haha, winter sleepies.
No, it turns out it's probably carbon monoxide poisoning. I don't want one. Pick 10. Pick 10, pick 10.
Yeah, pick 10 from the list. And then
we can go back to Maine.
Sure.
That way
Hi,
I can
everybody.
actually do what I'm doing.
I have like a cute necklace on that matches this shirt, and it will not stay out of my shirt.
Pick 10?
It's like way too short for this shirt. Mark and I are going on a date night tonight, so I wanted to dress all colorful and sunny. I did my makeup purple and blue because it's pretty out. I hope you guys are feeling better now. It was almost an overnight difference. Like we have been
shutting our heat off. I mean, it sucked because it's been cold,
but we've been fine the last few days.
I mean,
it's insane how different it is.
It's great that we've caught it, but we have to replace pretty much our entire AC system because during inspection they found that there's like mold and stuff in it that we didn't know about, and it's approaching end of life. And then literally the day after that, our wheel on the back left of our Dodge, we thought the tire's been leaking, and I took it in, and it's the wheel, and they're OEM wheels, so not going to pay that much money to replace them. So
there's a hole in the wheel.
There's just
not
a hole
not
in
the tire, the wheel. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's like,
so it's like $25,000 gone in a week. It's insane.
How does it, we were like so excited. We got our house paid off, and we're like, we're debt free, and then it's like you got to buy a whole new furnace.
Right.
Oh, well, whatever. You know what? We're gonna have the best air conditioning
for the summer. Brand new AC for the summer.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's getting replaced next Tuesday. I immediately was like, nope, not doing this.
Yes.
All right. First round. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. CC Designs and Gifts. You're an HAA, aren't you? Wait, what's your name? Who are you? Who is this? Who are you?
It doesn't tell you anymore.
This mouse sensitivity is so fast. Do you have it set up?
Do
Chrissy.
I have it set up?
Chrissy.
Yeah, that's why it's so fast.
It's Chrissy.
Do you need it to be lower?
Chrissy Kane.
Do you need it to be lower?
Yes, please. Please.
It is not.
It's fast to me. Yes. Yeah, I want it snail speed, please.
Okay, so you need G's.
Life moves too fast. I need a mouse that moves.
Where are
nice
my
and
high
slow.
DPI boys at?
I want that sounds bad. Chrissy, your banner is so crisp and clean, and you know what I really love about it is it still has a very handmade feel to it. It doesn't feel like a corporate company, whereas I think that a lot of handmade sellers really struggle with that balance where like you want to look designer and you want to look high end, but then some of them end up looking so high end that it almost looks like Pottery Barn. And then you almost feel suspicious buying from them because you're like, maybe it's not actually handmade. Whereas yours is very crisp. It is perfectly clear. You have great cohesive branding. You have a smiling photo of yourself, which is my favorite thing. I recommend that everybody, now that we don't have our shop owner photo right here, like under our banner, just if you're comfortable being on camera, a big smiling face immediately creates trust. I'm a huge fan of putting that picture right on your banner. But overall, I think it looks fantastic. Again, it doesn't look overproduced, if that makes sense. You have some great listing photos. Everything looks clear.
Hey, Pam.
The backgrounds, hi Pam, the backgrounds are quite different, but it's not so different that I feel that it's not cohesive, because the cohesive theme with your shop is your own unique style. I think that, is it embroidery? Yes, it is embroidery. I think that I'm noticing with your embroidery, we have a lot of detailed florals and little flower bits, and every single piece that you create kind of has that in common. Everything looks very nature inspired, literally, even your more like Halloween product. By the way, guys, Halloween is trending right now. I don't know if you caught mine and Pam's live stream, but Halloween is currently not just trending in search, but it also has a high conversion badge in E-Rank, which means that people are checking out at an exponential rate that is actually tied to Etsy checkouts.
Eden said, did you notice they changed the color of the site itself to off-white or something, and now my banner with a white banner doesn't blend anymore?
Oh, it is kind of a...
Let me actually, so you haven't seen this yet. Windows 11. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, FAF 8, because it used to be fa, 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 fa. They did change it.
It is, yeah, it's a slightly different. Everybody write it down.
What's really cool about this, you guys, if you have Windows Power Toys on Windows 11, you can zoom and find the exact color that you're looking for.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then it will give you click, and it gives you all of the different types of data. It's really cool. It's called Windows Power Toys. You can get it from the Windows Store if you have Windows 11.
Frank said he sold a bunch of Halloween stuff.
Also, if you're typing, I know we're in shop reviews, but if you are typing, there's an emoji GIF thing that you can pull up if you don't know how to use GIFs and stuff. It's really cool. Sorry.
Very interesting.
Pam said, yeah, they rebranded at the start of the month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had changed the white color. It's such a subtle difference.
All right. Love the family pics. Love the studio pics.
Isn't it fa, 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 a different off-white shade? Yes, but it was what they used before.
Assistant, the trailer. Let's see. You have some FAQs. You know, I'm a big fan of putting little emojis in there to make them pop, but that's optional. Let me take a peek at some of your SEO. Chrissy, I don't even know if I'm going to have like good critiques for you, because
cohesion is really the only thing, honestly.
I
don't really have any complaints with your shop.
Honestly, I think for like products like this, you could probably get rid of the font, because I can immediately tell, like, or you could just, rather than create embroidery from a photo, just put a little arrow that says your photo. You could probably cut down on the amount of text and make the actual product bigger. You know what I mean? Great pricing, though. Mm-hmm. Ooh, love that you have a listing video of you creating. That way we know for sure it's handmade. It's made by you. You know what I would love to see is more pictures of, so you have from a photo. I would love to see the photos that go with these.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's kind of what she did with the first one.
Yeah. But for the other ones, I would love to see more that have the photo with it rather than just a bunch of like custom pillows. I want to tie the product to from a photo. I want to see more examples with the photo side by side. You know what I mean?
Is embroidery spelled wrong in that photo on purpose? It's a lot of letters. That's an easy.
Embroidery.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Embroidery.
Well, you know what, Chrissy, this would be a good opportunity to freshen it up a little bit, and like I said, throw in the little just a little bit less text so that you can maximize, and then for some of the other ones that you've done in the past, get some example photos in there. Let's see, custom embroidered pillow, personalized photo recreation, handmade design. Custom embroidered pillow. Is anyone searching for personalized photo recreation, handmade design?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I feel like if you were to break these down into individual listings with specific use cases, where you had one for custom pet embroidery or embroidered pillow, maybe you do like custom dog, maybe you have a listing for custom cat. Maybe you have a listing for custom horse. I know that it sounds like a lot of extra work, but people are searching for their specific use case, not just, custom embroidered pillow could be like a name of a photo.
I mean, divorce announcement would be a great tag here.
Divorce announcement? Oh, that's funny.
This would be the best way to announce you're divorcing someone I think I've ever seen.
Leave it on the
just
couch.
Leave it on the couch and just not be there.
You could, but there's so many different ways that you could take the single listing and break it up. That way you have stronger keywords that point to a specific use case, based on ones that you've done in the past. You could do a whole line of just like family crest embroidered pillow, dog embroidered pillow, cat embroidered pillow.
I was joking about the keyword. I was just for that specific product. Go back to that. If anyone's friends with Carly here, you tell her to get off her high horse.
Great gift per my order. 4 stars. What? I hate that. I hate when people do that. Let me look at one
I hope your eggs are soggy every time you eat them.
Let me look at your patch. You could probably get some more photos in there. Dragon bone sew on patch, jeweled flower, and silver ferns embroidered. I would try to get some words related to fantasy, and this would be really great for bookish people, not just trying to describe exactly what the item is.
You have more of a description than a title. Obviously, don't change anything that's selling. That's rule number 1. That goes for everyone here.
Sure. I think that this is something that I would buy, but I wouldn't use any of these words to search for it.
I might do dragon patch.
Yeah, dragon.
That might be the only keywords in that I would use.
Embroidered dragon patch.
People that are searching for this kind of thing, somebody that is searching for flowers and silver ferns on a patch likely isn't also searching for a dragon on a patch. It's going to be someone who is searching probably for a dragon on a patch that sees this and is like, that is exactly my style.
Right. Ooh, it's got flowers on it.
So think more to catering to the people that would buy this and not necessarily just describing what the product is.
Fantasy Renaissance Festival. You could even put for denim jacket. Like
Gift for goth mom.
When I see things like this, I think about sewing it onto like the sleeve of a denim jacket.
Right.
But overall, your branding is fantastic. Your photos are great. The only suggestion I really have is to play around with your SEO a bit more. I think that you're just missing some really good like niche opportunities. And we tend to do that as creators You can go ahead and pull up the next one.
I'm going to.
We tend to do that as creators where we're so close to our product, like we're just in the zone of like describing what it is, like black acrylic sparkly tumbler with straw. But then we're not thinking about, you know, the types of people that are most likely to purchase those products. There's some copyright infringement in there.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Doesn't matter how many times we say it. People still submit their shops even when they're selling stuff they shouldn't be. That looks fine. It looks good. Okay. All right. Slater Digital Studios. So when I first arrive in a shop, I am looking for an emotion. I am looking to feel something that tells me that I am in the right place. And your banner, while it be crisp and branded and cohesive, these little icons do not help me to understand your niche at all. Nope. And I don't have any fuzzy feelings about your shop. It's already hard because checklist planners, homeschool tools, and business forms aren't a niche. That's a lot of different items. And digital is not a niche either. It's an industry. However, I think that repositioning your shop, because you have a lot of, because you've got like this green and kind of like yellowish shade and this gray shade, almost what I thought were your branding colors, but I'm seeing a lot of pink down in these photos, the editable in Canva, which is kind of spreading your branding thin. Honestly, I would pick a singular color direction and then I would redesign this banner to even show, like, see these photos of these ladies looking at the, you know, personal coaching pre-intake. I am thinking of a really independent, entrepreneurial mom who, like, she works from home, she homeschools her kids, like she is the planning queen. And of course, not all of your customers are going to be that person, but branding your shop towards that person is not going to keep other people who don't fit that bill from buying. What you're creating is the perfect use case or the perfect customer who would be, you know, your ideal person. And then everything that you're doing from that point on is making that person feel like they are in the right place. So some of these like backgrounds that you have down here of like the desks with all like the business tools and things like that, or, you know, even just like a mom sitting at her computer typing, like working with the kids in the background, even if it's a stock photo, putting something like that off to a side and then having the Slater Digital Studios, you know, off to the left, that would be perfect. And then you can put, you know, checklist planners, homeschool tools, and business forms. But again, you want to create emotions, and a bunch of icons, it really just doesn't do it. One thing I will say is that without reading your titles, these forms are, some of them I can figure out what they are, but a lot of them have like little clip arty things that don't really allude to what the item is, and I'm not getting instant recognition. You know what I mean? Like some of them are adjacent, but I'm looking at this moving in checklist. I dare say that you could increase the overall size of the form, make it, you know, bigger so it's occupying more screen space. You don't need to show the full form. You could even have it cut off just a little bit just so you can see moving in checklist. And then throwing like even like some boxes or something. Like what are the things that you think of when it comes to moving in? I think of like packing tape and scissors and boxes. small business order form, but then there's, what is this? Is that a microphone? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just not things that I feel tie in, and they're kind of out of place. They're like, there's weird shadows, and they're sitting in weird angles. Rather than putting all of these like random things, I would pick like one universal prop that signifies, you know, what these are. Photo booth rental form, put like a little photo booth prop in there. I'm thinking of like, you know, those little things that like you hold over your eyes that like look like glasses, like random little props, just things that immediately you see it. And then, because what people are going to look at is the pops of color. The first thing that I look at are these little, you know, props in the background. And then I try to read this to reinforce what I'm seeing. And if I still can't figure out, that's when I read the actual listing title. And like I said, just a lot of these don't really allude to what I'm seeing.
My thing is with shops like this, and this is going to probably feel ranty. What is your USP here? What is your unique sales proposition here? What are you doing to separate yourself
from everybody else,
from the millions of other shops that, I mean, and we get a lot of these shops when we do critiques, and they look, I don't want to crap on the work that you've done, but they all look the same.
Yeah.
I go to the shop, there's a banner that it doesn't feel super creative. It's very literal, tells you what it is. Fine. I can understand that, but I go to this and I cannot differentiate this shop from any other pre-built digital download form shop that I go to. And I feel like Etsy has a bit of a problem with POD, but I think that these are a little bit of an issue in my personal opinion, because there's never anything that really makes them stand out. It's always like how you have your designs here, top down from a desk with random desk props on it. And it just looks like a bunch of busy blur. I cannot tell what I'm looking at. I cannot pick out one thing from another. And I wish I had a better answer for like how to portray this stuff, because you have a unique battle here trying to make your things stand out in a very busy crowd that's already very busy visually. This is one of those things where doing stuff off platform and pushing people to your thing, giving people a reason to buy, because what you're selling is something that is like, there's not a lot of return customer capability here for most of this stuff.
Some of it is business tools and things.
Yeah, but they're individual business. Like, I'm not going to buy an emergency only personal information thing and like maybe two other things, and then they've got everything. They've spent $10 and they've got everything they could ever possibly need. So what you need is multiple new customers. So what are you doing to bring new people to your shop? Because there's only so much you can do with the SEO with these things. It's not like you're coming up with like a creative kids form for dentists that has cool pictures, and like you're doing very literal like printout forms that people can buy from like already pre-existing websites. You know what I mean? Like there's no USP here.
Let's see what the, out of curiosity, let's see what the most, okay, dog travel checklist. That's pretty unique. So let's see if we can try to narrow down like where dog travel checklist, baby shower games, okay, summer cherries, phone wallpaper, carry-on travel checklist, vacation packing checklist, gingerbread house bookmark.
So it's a bunch of random stuff. There's no cohesive thing that people are buying.
Out of curiosity, are the checklists, because I can't see all of what everyone is buying. I'm only seeing what are, you know, what's getting reviewed, but it does really seem like the checklists. Honestly, if checklists are like your really strong product, you could brand an entire business around checklists and have what Mark was talking about, having your USP. I call it the purple cow, based on Seth Godin's purple cow analogy. But making checklists like the thing that you mostly focus on and brand your shop around, I really feel like is a stronger position than, you know, checklist planners, homeschool tools, and business forms, where you could have checklists that are encompassing all of those things.
It's more just what are you doing to get in front of those people? What are you doing to get in front of business people? What are you doing to get in front of teachers? What are you doing to get in front of people going on vacation, buying things that they need? What are you doing to stand out to these? Because I feel like what happens a lot with these digital sellers, because there's some bookmarks and other things, I feel like people fall into this trap of looking up what to do as a digital seller, as a creative. You have other things in here that are actually like built together creative stuff. I feel like a lot of people fall into this trap of, oh, I can make a bunch of checklists and fill my stuff out with as many keywords as possible.
Right.
And I think it falls, I'm not saying that's what you've done. I have no idea your story and whatever, but I hate to see you go down. I mean, shop's been on Etsy for 6 years with 256 sales. That's not terrible.
But for a digital shop?
For a digital shop selling things less than $5, that's a little low. And it's likely because you are in like one of the most saturated markets, because people can just go to a website and buy all of the things that you're making and upload them on Etsy with a unique picture change that they can do on Canva.
Is this the one that everybody was reviewing, this dog travel checklist? This would be great. You know what I would love to see is on this one, like some dog biscuits on the side, or like a leash and a collar, to tell me immediately. I love that you have some cute pictures on here as well, and it's not just like a white download. But yeah, I really think that just looking at your reviews, and like I said, please let us know in the chat. Like, don't be shy. I know that it kind of feels like a roast, but what we're trying to do is make sure that like we look at thousands of shops.
Yeah, we can see what it is and isn't. Okay, think of it like this. I've got it on main screen.
Oh, you're fine.
Think of it like this. Let's imagine you are like a high school kid who wants to be in the NFL. You're a football player, high school football player. You're one of the top on your team. That's cool and all. How many high schools in the country are in the same boat, have a top tier athlete at their school wants to be in the NFL? You've got a, one in less than 1,000 chance of ever making a position like that, going all the way through college, going through college football, those things. What is the thing that makes that person actually stand out? They're all top tier athletes. The difference between them is negligible, similar to what you're going through here. The difference in like the creativity and what you're actually selling is very like neck and neck with 100% of everyone else that's selling on the platform. It's how they portray themselves. The star NFL player has got an Instagram. He's got 5 of his friends always pushing him on Instagram.
He's dating Taylor Swift.
Shut up. They're pushing themselves on every social media platform. They're paying for press releases. They're pushing themselves in front of the crowd in a saturated market where there's like a percent of a percent of a percent that you're going to stand out in front. And unfortunately, you are in an industry where there are so many people utilizing AI and buying personalized designs on Creative Fabrica. She said the checklist are what she sells the most.
That could be your whole thing.
Yeah, you need to put yourself. It's not the product that you're selling. It's fine. It's very hard to take what you're doing and make it into something that's, I'm going to click this one over that one, because they all look the same. Right. So it's what you do outside of that. And I wish I had more ideas for you, because I'm not in this industry. But you have to be that superstar that gets on the team. You have to have the flawless social media. You have to know where your people are hanging out. You have to know how to interact with those people. There are so many little things that can push you forward, but it's one thing at a time. You've got to do it. Because right now with the shop, I don't know your social media. I don't know what you're doing. I'm making assumptions here. But you cannot thrive as a new shop in this industry on your own without a USP. You just can't. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, she's got an Instagram. Oh, not too bad with the number of followers.
No, 600 followers. That's not bad. But she's been doing it for 6 years. She's not going to let you keep doing it. And I don't want you to log in.
Okay. The images on your socials look nice too. Again, I really think that you don't have to get rid of the other products. I think that if you just refine your branding a bit and like Fatty Pancake said, do different backgrounds. If it's for travel, put a background with either camping, airport, something to instantly visually tell this form is for travel. Do something to break out of all those standard templates. There are so many PDF template, shops.
And I'm going to apply this. We haven't been on screen share this whole time, by the way.
I know. I'm just looking.
I'm going to apply this too. This goes for you guys who are the POD sellers who use all of the same designs. Like, I know there's a bunch of you here. I know there's a bunch because every single time we do one of these critique, at least like 5 or 6 of you submit shops that I have to cycle through.
That have the same exact design.
It's the same problem. You guys have the same problem as this. Even if you're changing the designs to just barely skirt Etsy's rules and allow it to happen, there's nothing unique about what you're doing. You're just saturating a market with more crap that most people don't want. So if you want those things to sell, coming at you from a business perspective without my opinions on the industry.
Not this shop.
Not this shop. I'm referring to the POD make everything shops now. If you want to stand out, if you're not breaking Etsy's rules, my advice to you is if you want to stand out, you need to put yourself in front of people and give them a reason to buy your stuff. Stop thinking that, oh, I'm just going to do it the easy way. I'm going to do what ChatGPT told me to do, and I'm going to download 50 creative Fabrica designs, alter them a little bit in Canva, stick them on a shirt, and I'm going to make $1 million. It's never going to happen unless you do what you need to do off of the platform. Make your funny Instagram, make your TikToks, make your Facebook page. You're never going to do this stuff on just sticking stuff in a shop like this.
Sure.
So this goes into any of these things. The digital sellers that sell products like this, the people who sell POD things, the people who sell crochet patterns that they had ChatGPT generate. Like if you're
that aren't real.
That aren't real. And I see it a lot. I see a lot of like people that are like, yeah, I got to like step 16 and it literally doesn't work anymore because it's fake and AI generated. If you're going to sell these things that technically don't break the rules, you at least need to do it with some strategy and some finesse. Otherwise, you're literally just wasting your time and making it difficult for people who are trying. So please, for the love of God, and again, this isn't to you, Slater Digital Studios. I'm not specifically referring to you. This is just a
you springboard in an idea.
This is a Marc rant. Stop being lazy.
Right.
All of these people, all I see is lazy. Not in your shop, but that is 99% of the problem that we see with Etsy shops that are in particular POD digital things like that. You're lazy. Stop being lazy. Just because you did the easy part, you got one thing easy out of the way. Getting that easy thing to sell is the hard part, and there is no easy way around it because even if you do the AI thing and you make the AI videos, people hate these AI videos. So all you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot. If you're not creative from the start, you're probably not going to know what to do with the things that you put no work into to advertise them to the people that might want to buy them. You don't know what you're doing. So you need to start over, make things from scratch, and then you'll know, hey, I've got this one thing. I had an idea. It kind of fits with it. I can stick that on my Instagram and that'll sell. That is how you make money. Even in a lazy industry, that is how you make money. Anyway, we're 45 minutes in and we've looked at 2 shops. So
can you screen share again so I can?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Good Lord.
So honestly, I think that your next steps, if you want to start moving in more of a singular direction, get more cohesive with your branding. I'm seeing green and yellow, but then I'm seeing pink down here. That's sending me mixed signals with your branding. Cohesion is key. It helps you to recognize things. If you see any soda can that is red with a white curly font, you immediately think of Coca-Cola, even if it isn't Coca-Cola. So if you see the colors red and yellow together, you think of McDonald's, even if it isn't McDonald's. So that's one part of brand recognition to help make you stand out. The second thing is I would try to pick one of these things to be your strongest, and then let the other ones just be supporting assets. You said that checklists are what sell. That's what your customers are telling you is your best product. So everything that you should do from this point on should point to checklists. Doesn't mean you got to get rid of your other products. But I would try to position your shop around the checklists and the idea that, you are helping a specific type of person to achieve a specific goal. Someone who's coming to your shop, it's probably a woman. Let's be real. It's probably a woman. She's probably trying to organize her life. And she probably isn't organized right now, but she wants to be. That's why someone would buy something like this, is they want to get organized and they want to buckle down. So think about the type of woman who is actually buying these products and how can you brand your shop in a way that really appeals to this specific type of woman? Because there's nothing wrong with the products that you have. I think that, like I said, positioning around checklists sounds like an awesome idea. You could expand into so many different types of checklists. I personally look for checklists every year for music festivals because Marc and I go to a big music festival and there are all kinds of weird things that I never think to pack.
This isn't a product that people don't want. People want these things.
Clearly. Clearly.
It's just how to get it in front of them.
Yes, and making your shop pop to that specific type of person. But I hope that this was helpful. Again, I don't want you to think that we were like trying to like I know a bunch of people in the chat are like, It's
not about roasting. The problem that I have, and somebody said I should do a channel. I've actually been considering doing some shorts here on this channel where we go to Reddit and the Etsy forums and just like once a week I'll pull
debunk
all of the like most popular stupid threads that are on those things and just call them all idiots.
That second channel.
Second channel, yeah. But I kind of like the idea. But if you guys want coaching that isn't just someone feeding you illusions of grandeur, our course opens on June 14th. We don't use any of these crappy fill your shop full of. We teach you exactly what you need at a psychological level to make your shop make sales.
Yes.
We have people that we have had no sales make it to 6 figures, and we've taken 6-figure shops to 7. We've made people completely sell their businesses and operate full DoD level contracts and things. Like our course works. If you guys are interested, join HAA.com. I'll post it in the comments here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do, just because it's been so long, I'm going to go ahead and do a refresh on the chat. When I post go, please post your shop. Don't post the link. YouTube automatically blocks it. There's nothing I can do about it. Only post it once. We had the rules up. You guys, love you.
Should we pull the rules back up?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah, I'm going to post go.
Okay. Yeah, we had a couple new people join. We started out really quiet, and now the stream is finally picking up.
It's finally picking up, and it's good. It's just in time for me to rant and be a total jerk. The thing is,
you're not a jerk.
No. What I want to see is people succeed, and anyone that tells you that there is an easy way to success has a secondary interest in you.
Ulterior motive.
Yes. It's not about making you successful. It is strictly about taking your money. Mm-hmm. I don't want the lazy seller in my course. And we are pretty blatant about that. We're very open about what our course is about. We're very open about what we do. We're passionate about what we do. And we've had our course running for 8.5 years now. And we've seen every level of success. And we'll tell you right up front, it's not a magic ticket. We're not the kind of people that are going to say you're going to make money if you take our course. That's not how the world works. And anyone that tells you that it is and charges you way more money than what we do is lying to you. It's not easy. It's work. It's hard work. But having the right tools and knowing where to start and put in that hard work keeps you from wasting your time.
Right.
That is what we teach you. It's to stop wasting your time on things that don't matter and focus on the details that do. That is what Handmade Alpha Academy is. If you want real, proven, case study-based information on how to make your products sell and put your things in front of people, take our course.
Yeah. And like Mark said, everything that I teach is based either in human psychology, because that's where my background is, or the more, data-driven part. I'm a manager at eRank, and I've been working for eRank since 2019, but then I worked for eRank without getting paid. I just helped. 2 years before that? I believe I worked with.
It was early eRank days. It was right after they became a company.
Right.
Water.
Yeah.
I ranted and now I've got the vapors.
So, anyway, you know that everything that I'm teaching is either there's some source for the material, and I always source everything that I say. There's so many people out there today that just they treat anecdotal evidence as if it's fact. And unfortunately, when it comes to Etsy and how Etsy looks at shops and ranks your shop in search and how the algorithm collects data, you can't just replicate someone's strategy one for one and see the same results as them. And unfortunately, a lot of the successful sellers that you see on Etsy who also have YouTube channels, they're just teaching what they did. But it's not necessarily something that's going to be copy paste works for everybody, which is why there's so much conflicting information out there. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I think we've had plenty of time.
Get Mark his fainting couch.
Oh, Lord, somebody help me. I've got the vapors.
The vapors. It's been a Friday, guys.
It's been a week, dog. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to
Be alive.
and to tear into some stuff, and it feels good. Feels good.
Oh, I don't want to do this one. I'll do it. I don't
I
want
feel like we
to.
just did this one.
We didn't.
We didn't.
No,
They're gonna know who they are.
they are. All right. She's going to be very happy.
She is going to be very happy. It's pretty snarky, pretty sciencey.
It's my girl. My girl. Is your banner already the correct color?
Stop spamming your shop name.
Don't spam your shop name. You won't get picked.
Our thing gets rid of multi. You're not increasing your chances. You're just annoying people.
Quit it. You missed the rules at the beginning.
And I hope you got something worthwhile out of that. I really do want to see you succeed.
Yes.
You're actually, most people paste their shops in here and leave just hoping for exposure, and you stayed here and you took it on the chin like a champ. And I hope you're able to take some of that advice, and I'd take your, I know, positively creative brain and do some good work with it. Good luck for you.
Chroma Chambers, last warning, stop spamming your shop.
Yep, last warning, it'll be a ban.
All right, Science and Snark, one of my favorite POD shops.
And that's a ban.
Love your branding, love the color palette, love your font, love everything about your brand. You have, 13.5K sales. It's in 5 years, and you're all POD, right? Honestly, critiquing your shop is going to be hard, but I'm actually going to use you as a pretty darn good example of someone who is able to do POD while still making thumbnails that are, unique. I can tell that you make a lot of your own thumbnails. You add in your own backgrounds to make things fun. There are a couple, just plain Jane mock-ups in here. So I think that, if I'm going to be real nitty gritty because you're an HAA, obviously I'm going to say to take the ones that have plain backgrounds and add a little bit of fun to them, add in your branding colors, add in these little fun, kind of watercolory backgrounds to the ones that don't have backgrounds. But really, your shop is a perfect example of something that is meant for a very specific kind of person, which is why, despite the fact that you are POD, and, a lot of people are like, oh, you can't be successful with POD. Like, everybody does POD. I do POD t-shirts.
I love your stuff.
Despite the fact that you do POD, your shop is selling very, very well. Like, and not in a lot of time. How many? Yeah, since 2020. Like, that's a lot of sales for a POD shop, primarily POD. And it's because you've narrowed down. This is why everybody is like, oh, well, so-and-so on YouTube said to make a little bit of everything so I can appeal to as many people as possible. No, being an expert in something and expressing that you're an expert and making sure that you're appealing to one very specific type of person results in this, which you don't see very often with POD. I'm going to even dare say, Rebecca, that, and this is probably me being the meanest I could ever be to you. Some of your thumbnails aren't my favorite. I'm not gonna pretend that they are. I think that you could definitely get on a site like Place It, and there are some fantastic t-shirt mock-ups with alternative models. I'm thinking about like plus size models, different skin colors, alternative models, because honestly, in the sciencey space, that's where your key demographic is going to be. It's going to be with a lot of either teachers or more alternative folks. We're the nerds. Like,
and you're in an industry where there are so many people who would love to take pictures doing sciencey things in your clothes. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of finding them and reaching out.
Right, sending some stuff to some teachers or whatever.
I would wear a shirt and take a picture at the local science center.
Sure.
We have one of the biggest in the country here.
But you don't even need to go that far. Like, you don't even need to spend that kind of money, on samples or sending things out. Like I said, check out Place It. Get yourself some different skin typed models, some different plus size models, different crazy hair colors. Like, variance in your models is going to make you stand out.
Yes.
Especially against, like, white woman blonde hair. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a majority of shoppers. And it's not, you clearly have a lot of, personality to you as well. So I would love to see some photos of you.
I love it.
I'm going to grab, let's see.
Okay.
Let me just grab, I want to.
Legalize recreational uranium. Please.
I'll just grab the first one. Yeah, like I said, I think that just some better mock-ups, these work, but it's almost like you're ready to graduate. You know what I mean? Like, you're an HAA.
The Einstein pick is me.
Yeah. That one's you. I would like to see you maybe wearing one of your shirts, though, or
doing some science experiments.
Doing some science.
Bro, buy like a $100 science kit on Amazon.
I love this size guide. I love that it actually has the photos. I've never seen one like this before. I love that. But that's what I want to see. I want to not just have your thumbnail show, like, clearly, a model, a small, extra small model. Like, show me some of the plus size models. And again, Place It has some fantastic mock-ups that I feel like are going to fit your core demographic.
Uh-huh.
How many colors do you offer? Okay, not too many. I was going to, you guys know that I'm a big fan of not offering all the colors.
Something that drives me insane about clicking that and the thing just goes off the page.
Yeah. Honestly, though, this was me being as critical as I possibly could, which is, that's really hard because you can tell that you can always tell an HAA student. You really can, because there's like a checklist that they all kind of follow. But this was me being really nitpicky. Your thumbnails are my biggest thing that over time, and don't rush to do it. But if you go get you can even off the desk, please. You can even pay for Place It for I think that it's a monthly subscription. You can buy singular pieces, singular mock-ups, but I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Cost more money. Get the subscription and, get what you need, do your storefront, and then you could always cancel it. After obviously, when you release new collections, it gets a little more complicated. You might need to pay for another month, but if you don't feel like you're going to use it all the time, or who knows, maybe you will. They've got listing videos and all kinds of stuff, product videos, mock-up videos. You could use them for social media. There's all kinds of cool stuff that you could do with Place It mock-ups.
How do you post without the link? You just post in your shop.
The shop name.
Without spaces, just the shop name, and I'll put it on Etsy. I know how to pull them up on my own.
Well, you just share this shop, share our next winner, and then
we'll next one.
Welcome to the two who drew. Okay, show them what we need though, so that for the next time.
Yes.
Just that.
We probably won't have enough for another.
One more round, 30 minutes.
No. We did 2 shops in 45. We're definitely not going to do another run.
I'll try to go fast.
It's okay. And Science and Snark, you're going to love this. This woman ordered NDT's new book for me, pre-ordered it, signed copy for me the day that it came out.
I did. What was
I'm so excited. What to do on your first alien encounter.
Oh, yeah.
It's an instruction manual on what to actually do if you're ever encountered by aliens.
But it's super, smart alecky.
Oh, yeah.
Because Neil's such a smart.
But it's scientifically accurate because it's NDT. I love him so much.
All right, the two who drew. I love that. Tap the heart to receive updates and shop discounts. Where's the heart? Where's the heart? I would make sure that it's pointing to the heart.
I will also say the image is extremely desaturated.
Yeah, it's a little, you know what?
No, it's extremely desaturated. I'm looking at it on a 99.9% color accurate monitor. It is very desaturated. It almost looks like you took a screenshot of it.
It's a little blurry. Are you using Canva to put together your banner? If so, Canva, even if you're exporting it like with one of their like Etsy banner templates, they're not the right size. You have to drag that slider all the way to the right to be able to get the biggest size. That's probably the issue here. But, you know, crisp up that banner. I think that that's really important. So I assume that you make blankies, lots of blankies,
Personalized.
Personalized?
Baby blankies, yeah, with names on them.
They're not all baby blankies. Oh, are they all baby blankies? Baby blanket, baby. Okay, maybe they are all baby. Oh no, there's some shirts. Okay, so the focus is babies, right?
Babies.
Is the focus all babies? If so, gifts for grandparents, personalized gifts, siblings, kids, baby keepsakes. Okay,
So
cool, good,
for the
good
most
niche,
part.
good niche, good niche. These are actually pretty cute mock-ups. I especially like the baby in the crib or in the bassinet. Some of these are harder to see though. I would love to see some of these zoomed in a little more. At a glance, they are very tiny. And the cool thing about blankets, especially with repeating patterns like these, is you don't need to show the whole thing folded. You could just show a corner so that you can get that nice detailed photo of what is printed on it, rather than showing the whole thing folded, like angling it off to the side and then giving it a little bit more zoom. Like this one. This one is zoomed in just a little bit more, or is it that the print is bigger? Either way, I can see this one. I can't hardly see this one. Does that make sense? Let's take a scroll. Just the two of us. I would love to see some photos. You're talking about the two of you. You guys are the two. I want to see some photos. Your about section is where you build trust, and that is more important than ever when it comes to products for babies. If I am buying something from my baby on Etsy, I want to know who it's coming from. I want to know that you're good people. I want to know that even if it's POD, I want to know that, like, because most of the time shoppers don't understand POD. They just think that it's shipping from your house because they're buying it from Etsy. And I just want to see that you're like good, clean, safe people to buy things from my baby from. You know what I mean? And having some nice family photos in your about section is a great way to do that. And you both seem like normal folks. So I think that would be, you know, a really big asset. How do I personalize? Again, getting some little emojis in there just to add some pops of color. I'm always a fan of. Let's see. Got a lot of great reviews. 328 sales in 3 years. Not too shabby. Got some good trends in here. You have the goose. Geese are very trendy right now. Silly goose blanket with name. Personalized goose baby shower gift. Custom baby girl blanket. Customized fleece baby blanket with pink bows. Lots of repetition, but again, if it's selling, you don't want to change anything. It's just know that it's not necessary to repeat the word goose, 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 or baby, 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 baby blanket, blanket, blanket. You don't need to repeat those words because Etsy's going to mix and match every word in your title and every possible combination. So if you wanted to clean up those titles or experiment with shorter ones on listings that aren't selling or when you list new products, it's worth a try. Really, I think that zooming in on some of these patterns. Oh, I love how easy you made it. Made it like a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah. We know how people can just straight up miss that customization box, even though it's right above the add to cart.
Yep. Love it. You make it feel so easy, and that's what I like.
Ah, gotcha.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
I was having a conversation in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, really, my biggest complaint is his banner. As someone who is going to buy, and I don't care about the designs are fine. As someone who is making a made-to-order design, if I come to this shop before even looking at these and I see that the banner is faded and blurry, My assumption is that you don't recognize when something is faded and blurry, and the product I'm going to receive is going to be faded and blurry, which is a common complaint that people have on some POD products. You don't want to instill that. The first impression people have is your banner. So get your banner tightened up, a little less desaturated, and you're good.
I do have one thing just to point out. I'm not saying that you need to change this. I'm not saying that you need to do anything about it. I just want to tell you, like, my perception, the first thing I thought, and I wasn't even going to say it, but it's kind of like an elephant in the room. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. And if the chat like agrees with me or they don't agree, like they can speak. Your brand name is The Two Who Drew. I don't think you drew any of these. And maybe I'm wrong, but these don't look like designs that you drew. And that kind of puts me off a little bit because it's almost like your brand name is your brand promise. Is your last name Drew? Is there a pun in here? We design, create, and bring each order together.
If you go to there's a way that'll tell you the last name. It was on here. No, it's fine. It's not doxing if it's already on the page.
No, I'm not saying it's doxing.
There was something. Was it in the listing? Oops. No, I guess not. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just my brain is like, I just don't think it's a good name. You don't have to draw everything. But when your brand name alludes to you drawing it, if I saw this exact design somewhere else or, God forbid, another Etsy shop with it, because it's something that's wildly available. Now, maybe, are you drawing them? Maybe I'm the one who's ignorant.
Well, they're definitely POD.
Yeah, sure.
They're from Texas and it ships from Florida, so it's definitely POD.
Yeah. That's what I figured. They're the POD velveteen blankets. Yeah. But I just think that there is a little bit of disconnect because, again, your brand name and a slogan.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to prove me wrong, but I don't think you're drawing these.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So it's just, things to be aware of. A lot of people are going to feel the same way that I do if they can tell that something isn't actually drawn. And maybe there's a pun here that I'm just not getting, but if there is, you need to illustrate it further and make it more clear. So I hope that this helps. Feel free to add some additional context if you're still here. Okay.
Excuse me. I don't see anything you can't have, so.
All right. Boop. Handmade scrapbooks and journals. All right. Well, I know exactly what your shop is about. You've got looks like some branding colors. Your banner is just a little bit blurry. So I definitely think that you could crisp it up a little bit. However, the main thing that I'm concerned about is that your photos are not great. You are taking photos that are way too dark. And scrapbooks and journals, there's a lot more than scrapbooks and journals here. So I'm also getting like conflicting messages. So let's start from the top. Your branding is good. I would like to see it used cohesively in more places. Though I can't read this. This is so tiny. I feel like you could definitely try to play around with how your actual shop icon shows. Crisp up this banner a little bit. Handmade scrapbooks and journals. I'm going to figure that out when I get to your shop. I kind of feel like your banner, you're like underselling your brand. You know what I mean? Like you're telling me what you sell, but I'm about to see what you sell. So I want you to not just tell me what you sell, but really express Who is it for? That's the most important thing, because when I arrive in a shop, I want to know, is this for me? And nobody's saying that to themselves, but that's what their brain on that like subconscious level. You are trying to, you're going through risk aversion mode, right? Where you are in like that instinctual part of your brain. You're saying, is this for me? Is this safe for me to buy from? Is this what I want to put my money into? So
Hold on.
photo,
Don't touch anything.
yeah, there you go. Photos are relatively dark. Your lighting scenarios aren't the best. You are using natural light, which is good, but look at how you're positioning your light to your props. So the light is shining in from this direction. You have a prop over here that is causing a shadow to fall this way, and
further darkening the product.
Further darkening the product. Absolutely using natural light is your best bet, but you don't have enough of it in these photos. It is making the photos very, very dark. And for a product, you know, that is clearly you've put a lot of time into making, you want to make sure that that lighting is fantastic. The best product photography coach that I know is Christina Nicole. Someone type her YouTube channel by Christina Nicole, B-Y Christina with a K, Nicole. She is absolutely fantastic. And what she specializes in is natural light photography. So not having to buy any crazy equipment and teaching you how to take great photos with the camera you already have. So you don't need a DSLR or anything like that. It's whatever camera you have on hand, probably your phone. And she teaches you how to optimize that. So definitely check out her YouTube channel and focus on the lessons about natural light, because when you're, you know, clearly making a beautiful handmade product like this with so much detail, you want to make sure that you're presenting it in the best possible way.
Yes, ma'am.
Handmade junk journal, vintage floral, writing and art journal, romantic fabric cover, cozy journal. Journal. You don't need to repeat all those journal keywords. What might someone use a junk journal for? You might want to add in some different use cases in there.
Talking about Christina. She's great.
Oh, I
and
love
guess
Christina.
What? If you buy our course, you get one of hers free.
So again, I'm looking at the titles to try to give me an idea of what they are, and most of them are good, but gift for little chefs and big cooks. What is that? The thing is, people aren't going to click to investigate. They're going to look at the picture. If they can't figure out what it is, they're going to look at the title. If the title doesn't tell them what it is, they're going to scroll by. So making sure that you're leading with your most important keywords. Okay, so it's a recipe keeper. So I would definitely lead.
Heck yeah, brother.
With recipe keeper. See, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
That was so much. I dare say that a photo showing one open, I was like, meh, until I saw you open it. And now I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's dope.
I would love to see it open. This is the coolest part. Okay, so you have a couple different versions. I love that you have the size. Yeah. Again, I would open them. You don't have any photos of them open either. You only have this video. I want to see some pictures of one of them opened up.
Well, thank you for coming to the live.
Let's see. And this one, this image, it's like a black void. I see this strange black hole.
That might be what she's trying to go for. I hate to say that with this picture because it's so black.
I mean, 3 people have it in their cart.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's so I can't really tell. And then there's something crumpled up over here in the corner. I'm just
find this book, fed boy.
I'm so confused by what I'm seeing. It's like, what is this over here? What's all crumpled up over here?
Hey, Sacred Beauty, we do them completely random, so it's all chance. However, we will have Critique Week coming up. First week of the Handmade Alpha Academy launch, the first Monday through Friday of that launch. We do critiques every day for an hour. So make sure you catch that.
Handmade black scrapbook album with customizable interactive pages. That's
dope.
Yeah,
this whole thing is super cool.
That's a great keyword.
You have the ultimate challenge here to photograph a completely black object.
Lighting is going to be your best friend, though.
Yes.
And getting rid of whatever this is over here in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It looks like laundry shoved in the corner. So definitely
that's the only weird picture you have in this. She kind of did it here too. I think what she's going for is like the cozy blanket in the corner, like, you know what I mean?
But zoom in.
This one's fine. I don't have a problem with this one. The other one, it wasn't a cozy blanket. It kind of just looked like a cover sheet.
Zoom though. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Get a lot closer so that we can actually see the details, all of the fine details. You've clearly put so many details into what you create. Junk, I would lead this with stationery gift bundle set and then make this your main keywords, because I was confused as to what I would receive. I'm like, what is all this stuff? But if you put stationery gift bundle set and then junk journal plus thank you cards plus bookmarks, I think that would be a way stronger title. Again, don't change anything that's already selling. But yeah, overall, your keywords are great. Like you have fantastic SEO. There's a couple like swaps I would make, but the terms that are in your titles are fantastic. I just think for the shoppers, switching a couple things around. My biggest critiques are your branding, not just, I love that you're saying handmade scrapbooks and journals. I'm a big fan of show, don't tell, as in show me that they're handmade by maybe having one of those photos like of your hands making it in the corner. And then you don't need to say that they're handmade, like show me they're handmade, don't tell me they're handmade. The visualization is going to be so much stronger than written word. We process visual information extremely fast because you have to think about when you're a baby. Can you read when you're a baby? No. Can you process visual information when you look at a picture? Yes. That's the thing that develops first. And because of that, it's stronger because those signals get sent to our brain faster. So we don't need to take any additional time to comprehend it. That's why that visual information is so key to building trust. So you don't need to put handmade in there, but you can show me it's handmade, and that will be significantly stronger than the written word. Photos, some of them are okay. I just think that lightening things up a little bit, removing confusing props. This is super duper cool. I would love to see it open as your thumbnail. Don't focus so much on the props when it comes to these bundles. But overall, I mean, I think that your keywords are... No, your keywords are fantastic. You have fantastic... That is so... It's so rare that I see a shop where like the keywords are awesome. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that most sellers struggle with the most. So if you've got that part figured out, like you're already on the right track.
Okay. Is it gonna load? There we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Southshore Studio, 2 sales, no reviews yet. And you're from Ohio.
What up, Fremont?
Hello. Southshore Studio, artisan home fragrance and bath. This is very designer. This is very high end. It's a short banner. That's okay. I'm a big fan of the bigger banners, but it's fine. Wow, I love these. Fantastic photos, very crisp. Great quality photos, good cohesion with the products that you've chosen to showcase on your banner because there's a lot of color repetition with this teal.
Mm-hmm. Creative pictures. Yep,
you got the teal from your banner cover, but you're reinforcing that color of your branding with the products that you've chosen to display. Even the one with the coffee wax melts has the big sticker that is the color, so every single photo has your branding color in it. Good positive reinforcement. I like these photos. I almost wish they were just a little closer up. And I don't know because they've got...
I'm conflicted with that. They look okay.
Yeah, because you can see the bag in the background too.
Does a very good job of using the wax melts that she's giving you to portray what you're getting.
Sure.
And then you're like, oh, wow, those are pretty. I wonder what those are. It's a very 2-step thing. And I actually don't mind it.
Yeah, you've only been selling 6 months. Yeah, give things some time to grow then.
Yeah, for sure. I have those exact same coaster.
I really like how you have utilized your props though. You've got the matches. There's good balance to everything, and your lighting's really, really nice. Clearly you're using natural lighting. If you're using any type of light box, I wouldn't be able to tell. The lighting looks very natural. So if it's artificial, I wouldn't be able to tell. Honestly, I don't
have any complaints. This is another one where you're going to have to very saturated. Yes. This is probably one of the most saturated, not just if including Etsy, but like you're competing with big box brands that are big right now. Mm-hmm. So having a USP here is kind of hard. Your pictures are very good. You have fantastic pictures. They're very consistent across the board. I don't have any issues looking at them. It's just getting them in front of people and giving them a reason to want to buy is going to be your hard part here.
I love this. Yep. This is an ideal about section.
Your space looks safe and clean.
Mm-hmm. Lots of process. You have pulling at the heartstrings with the baby.
Big baby.
Mindy. Now I know what you look like. You can get some FAQs in here.
Yes.
I think that FAQs for especially
allergy warnings and fragrances and like all the standards. Check out a couple of the bigger shops in the industry, see what they're doing to get some ideas and make sure you get those in there. It's kind of a cover your butt kind of thing.
Shower steamers are extremely trendy right now, and the competition is low. So
this is one where you have the ability to do kind of unique things on Instagram. Melt lapses, things like that.
Watching you pour the wax, popping them out of the molds,
but doing it in a creative and fun way. I understand it's kind of a big ask, but I do think that stuff like that would do good for you on Instagram and TikTok.
You've got shower steamer and shower steamer 4-pack. You do not need to repeat this.
Yeah, you're wasting space with that one.
The title that you have here is very old school title strategy and not something that I would really recommend in 2026. A stronger title might be shower steam. You don't need steamer and steamers. Etsy can tell when something is plural. At $24, I would want to know in this snippet that this is a 4-pack and that I'm not just picking one. Because $24, I wouldn't want to think that I'm only picking like one color or one scent. So shower steamer 4-pack with holder. And then you could even divide out and cut that into a second phrase of, unique Mother's Day gift. I don't think that extra large 4 ounce is even a keyword that you need to have in there. You could put that in one of your listing photos. Moments for mom. Is this a keyword?
I'm assuming so.
Or is there any searches? Maybe, it could be like a super good keyword and I'm just unaware. But I think that really focusing on not just doing these short little choppy phrases, but trying to get it into like a sentence that makes sense, but then making sure that your shower steamer 4-pack with holder, that's the most important bit of information. And it's kind of spread throughout your title. I would just make sure that you are getting that leading front and center and then throw in the supporting keywords like Mother's Day gift. Put those after the fact. I would also dare say that you could add Mother's Day self-care spa gift. And you could get a couple extra keywords in there. And you'll still rank for Mother's Day gift. Even if you put Mother's Day self-care spa gift, you'll still rank for that. Overall, though, I think you're off to a really strong start. I just think that your keyword strategy is a wee bit outdated. Wax melt gift
Not
set
all
with
of them are like that. Wax melts aren't like that at all.
Wax melt gift set with wax melt burn. Wax melt gift set with wax melt burn. What is the scent?
Yeah, get the scents up. Of course, do not change anything that is actively like selling well.
She's made 2 sales.
2 sales. Okay, so then you don't have to worry about it.
coffee bean wax melt
That should
gift
be the
set.
first thing that I see.
Yeah, coffee bean wax melt gift set with burner.
Wax melt burner. $9 for the scents and the burner.
No, you get
Okay. So the gift box.
And you know what else I would do? I would list these. I would double up your listings. You can completely double the amount of listings you have. Offer both in this single listing for the gift set, but then make a separate listing where you just showcase
The combo.
Yeah, don't even put the picture of the burner in there. Put, a close up of the wax melt and maybe like the bag next to it, and have that be a standalone, and then still offer the gift set in that option. So they essentially both will have the same thing, but one is presented as just the wax melt, one is presented as, the full set. They both have both options, but for those who are just visually looking for the thing, maybe they think, "Oh, I don't need a gift set. I just want the wax melts." And they skip past you because they think that they're getting all the stuff, even if they have the option to not get all the stuff. But lead with your scent. Always lead with your scent.
Yeah. Save people time.
Yeah, even
Consider that a lot of people are shopping on mobile now, having to swipe back and forth between screens. Save people the time.
Yeah, because even this one, like, I see is a hot firefighter, but I don't know what this...
Right. I'm going to assume that it's like cinnamon and something else. Smoke and vanilla. I would have guessed that. I would have guessed like cinnamon, vanilla, something like that.
Yeah. So you could say, you could even put firefighter, smoky, vanilla, wax melt gift set. But yeah, keywords. I think that your SEO is really the only critique I have. I think that you're off to a really strong start, though, stronger than most shops.
Whammy. Might have to watch that this weekend.
We are at like our last 2 minutes. I want you to pick one more shop. But before you
tell me what to do,
while you're picking the last shop, let me go through my quick end spiel, and then you guys can see the last one. Good. Oh wait, hold on.
I gotta say, you're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, go ahead. Okay. We'll run through this and then we'll do one more shop. Guys, thank you so much to all of our sponsors. You'll notice that I don't do any of the weird, like, paid sponsorship stuff where I'm telling you guys to buy Raycon earbuds or Magic Spoon.
Raycon.com/big money.
Magic Spoon cereal or any of the weird services that I didn't know, no beef.
VPN.com/big money.
No beef to the YouTubers who do, but I don't have to because I have sponsors like you. And in return, I give you guys really cool stuff. So for $5 a month, you can get monthly trend report and news. For $15 a month, you get all of the above and templates, printable guides, and monthly Q&A with me. And for $25 a month, you get all of the above, but you also get put into a critique roulette each month, and you get a full video critique where I spend like an hour critiquing your shop. And you also get put in a pool for different spotlights and features.
Yep.
You get all kinds of goodies, and my library, since I've been doing this since October, when you join, you get access to all of the incentives that I've ever posted. There's tons of really cool Canva templates and mock-ups and things that you can drop your products into, whether they're POD or handmade or digital or vintage. And this month, I released my Ultimate Spring Trends Digest. There are 190 trends that have more searches than what there are competitors for those terms. There are a couple where they're close, where there's a couple more competitors than what they are searches, but they're really easy to rank for keywords. It's probably the most valuable trend report that I have ever released. So I'm actually selling this as a standalone purchase for $20, or if you join for $5 a month,
any of our tiers,
any of the tiers, you get the monthly digest every single month. So it's technically a better deal, but I know that some of you just don't want subscriptions. So because this was such a good digest, I wanted to sell it on its own. Mr. Moore is actually going to put the post or the link in there so that you can find the option to join the Patreon or to buy the Spring Trends Digest by itself. But I mean, some of these trends are absolutely insane. The number of searches.
They're not this big every month, but we do one of these every month.
Yes. I mean, this one is huge. And lastly, Handmade Alpha Academy, my self-paced Etsy coaching program. A lot of the people you've seen today, their shops, they are HAA students. And you can definitely tell when I critique an HAA student because their shops are just top notch. We open June 14th through the 24th. Once you're in, though, you're in for life. Not only do you get my entire self-paced coaching program, you also get access to me. Anytime you have a question, you can drop me an email forever. You get 12 months of eRank Pro, so you don't have to pay to worry about doing your Etsy SEO. You get access to Christina Nicole's Product Photography Essentials Workshop that's normally $300 on its own. You get all of the stuff that I mentioned that the Patreon gets. You just get that with HAA, so you don't have to pay extra for that. And you get annual access to my Alpha Holiday Bootcamp to help you prep your shop and marketing up every single year.
Yep, $100 value every year.
In September. Well, it's
$130 value.
60 to 120.
Yes.
Depending on when they join, but you get that for free every single year included with HAA. So June 14th, if you go to joinhaa.com, you can sign up for an email notification that lets you know when doors close so you don't miss it.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and do the last shop.
Haven't previewed. Don't know if this shop will work. We shall. Where's the freaking mouse? There we are.
All right. Everyone is biting their nails.
Eagerly anticipating.
Eagerly anticipating.
Oh.
Watch it be a shop we can't show and we have to pick a different one.
It will be.
No. You will get extra head pats from Starla if you're a good. Oh.
No, and it's actually a banger. Okay.
If you know that I didn't pick you because you know that your shop didn't warrant that reaction, you need to work on your shop.
Get out of here.
No, don't get out of here. You need to watch more videos.
We only cater to winners.
That should be the reaction by the end of critiques. Like, you should go improve your shop, and I should react that way to all of the shops that I see. Okay, let's.
All right.
I am freaking out about this shop. Under the Toadstool Studio, handmade fairies, gnomes, and things of the forest. Super cute banner. My only critique is this. It's not Comic Sans, but it's very Comic Sans-esque, this font here.
Comic Sans adjacent.
Yeah, and there's just, it's like the ultimate internet sin to use Comic Sans. So my only critique is maybe like a slight update.
You're way too creative to use a Comic Sans adjacent text. Come on.
These are so cute. Some of them I would love you to get closer up, zoom in, get closer, show me the details. I also think that your backgrounds, honestly, they're cute. They're very woodland. I almost wish that you were going outside though and not using. Real. These would look so cute in the.
I would worry about getting them dirty. Honestly,
they're on stands.
They are, but they drape. I would imagine getting them dirty is kind of a risk here.
Honestly, they just don't pop on this background.
They don't. But I get what you're going for.
Sure. You're kind of mocking up the ideal woodland scene. I think that if you went out in your yard and maybe even just like still use the props, but I just think you would get stronger photos that way. That's just me, though.
Comic Sans. Comic Sans is like the default text on most text.
Google it and you'll know.
Like Microsoft Word default text.
Yeah, Google Comic Sans and you'll say, I know that font.
Yeah, I love this. Get yourself some like go to an antique store and get some of the random wood crap that they have just like lying around, like the recycled wood stump that somebody finished in 1975 for some reason. Go get yourself a bunch of those and do up more of the background. Because this is, I see what you're going for, but it's not quite there.
My favorite photo so far, I love this one because this little gnome, he's very front and center and the background is blurred. This one so far is my favorite because he stands out the most.
Yeah, same with Papyrus. Yeah.
I also, this little like shadow box, I love that you've zoomed in on it more, whereas this one is way far back. But overall, I mean, this is an example of you have the most unique product. Your challenge is selling it. You know what I mean? Like getting it in front of the most people, because these will sell. They are adorable.
Yeah. Get yourself some like fake moss and a stump. Yeah, say like you've got the materials. You know what we're going for here. I know it's hard.
Cute.
I know it's hard, especially with lighting, once you start introducing all of those dark natural elements. So I get it, definitely. But I can see your product selling if your photo. Please go to Christina Nicole's.
Yeah.
She can at least give you the knowledge that you need. So once you start introducing more things of how to position your product in those things and how to light those things better, so you don't struggle so hard. But otherwise, you're good at taking the photos. You just need better propping.
So one of the areas of your shop that Etsy tells us helps to influence your search ranking based on overall shop completion is your shop member section. You do have the about section, which also contributes to your placement. But having your shop members section, I mean, I would just like to know who you are. Like, who are you? You're a mystery right now. And none of your photos here like allude to who you are. And it doesn't even need to be a real photo of you. You could make one of your fairies, maybe just make the hair color kind of look like your hair color and use her little head as your avatar. And that would be, to me, good enough. Are you using the keyword art dolls? Because I tell you what, these are absolutely perfect.
Art dolls usually presumes you can reposition things.
I think you can, some of them. This is so cute.
I love these. Also, for a probably completely
art
handmade gift, I think the price is probably a little low.
Yeah, this is pretty low.
I don't know what's for a size reference. I don't know.
Are they
It might be small.
Are they one of a kind? Or do you remake some of the same? I would definitely remake some
They
of the
said
same.
my profile picture used to be there.
Oh,
Etsy doesn't put the profile pictures on the page anymore.
they put it down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, there's a shop owner section. You should have an option when you edit your storefront to add a shop owner section. The one that appears on the bottom right, this one, see, I can see it when I'm actually clicking. It used to be, top right under your banner. That has gone away, but you can still add a shop member section down at the bottom of your shop under your about section, and you put like just a little bio about yourself. This is more of like your personal profile that's attached to your shop.
Only one of a kind.
Only one of a kind?
Yes.
Some of these, it looks like not all of them, but some of them, it looks like you could recreate them. I would recommend just getting a couple that you can recreate. The reason for that is because Etsy's algorithm favors listings that sell over and over again, because as they get sales and good reviews, Etsy boosts them higher and higher in search. Now, for one-of-a-kind shops, when you do have a good overall shop rating and a good sales number overall, that's what Etsy looks at, and that's how your reputation is built, but it's a slower going. Now, thankfully, your products are so unique that I definitely feel like, especially since you're positioning yourself in the art doll industry, which is, I'm one of those crazy art doll people. I absolutely love art dolls. I have a bunch of them. I think that you're in a really good position right now. I do think, like Mark said, that you're underpricing, but I think that, especially for one of a kind. But I do think that there's probably some dolls that you could make more than one of. That way, you could have some that are ranking in search a little better.
Absolutely. This is exactly the kind
so
of thing
cute,
that
though.
I like to see being sold on Etsy.
Oh, I like this photo.
Banger.
With the clock in the background, a little
It's
blurry.
busy. I think as a main thumbnail photo, it would be impossible to tell what you're looking at, though. This, however, I really dig.
Oh, honestly, is your name Ruth? Yes, Ruth.
Yes, Ruth.
Honestly, Ruth, this is the best photo. This is the thumbnail right here. This is a stronger thumbnail. I would much rather see them out like in nature, in the grass, in the moss, somewhere outside. But
Sure.
this is the strongest photo you have. The background, it pops. Mm-hmm. Ships in 1 to 2 days. That's awesome. Honestly, they're so cute. Like I said, my main. Okay, some of them are higher price. My main critiques are photos. Making them pop a little more on the backgrounds. Ooh, I love that. Some more photos of you. so that I know, I want to feel those warm, fuzzy feelings when I see you as the artists. And Handmade Winter Fairy Art Doll, one-of-a-kind collectible winter fantasy figurine. It looks like you had cottagecore in some of your titles, but not others. I would just make sure that you're definitely getting them into your tags if you haven't already. Macrame, Guardian Angel Ornament.
I feel like the busier backgrounds actually make it harder to see the details on the doll. I mean, from person to person, it's going to vary, but...
Yeah, on some of them, like, for example, this one, I feel like I can see all the details. I think that, like Mark said, I think it really depends on the doll, but a lot...
Color scheme to color scheme, it's going to be different what you're going to need to show it.
Yeah.
Like if something is all green and covered in wood, sticking it on something that's all green and covered in wood, obviously dumb move, right? But most of these aren't like that. You have a very good sense of using colors and patterns together, and most of them I think would pop in a natural setting.
Not to mention they'll come to life. Whereas these backgrounds, while there is wooden elements, they are a little lifeless. They're a little drab. Whereas if you were to put them out where, if I'm seeing these as little people, they're little fairies, where are they hanging out? They're hanging out in the forest. And I think that it just inspires that mental creativity and it makes you want to click. What you want is to achieve the click. And then when it comes to actually showing off the details where, someone has clicked on the listing, that's where these close up, over a more plain background. But your first thumbnail is about getting that initial click. And I'm just telling you, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time and who's also someone who shops for a lot of art dolls, I think you're going to see way better results just and experiment. You know what? I dare say that you could pick
Living in a condo, outdoor setting is kind of hard.
Take them to the park.
Yeah, go to a park.
Take them to the park.
I mean, we don't know where this person lives.
Sure. You can always stage things up. If you've got one little patch of grass, as long as you're not capturing cars and buildings in the background, if you can angle your camera or, try to...
And yes, you're going to feel like a psychopath. It's fine when people catch you outside and they're like, what in the world is this person doing?
Sure.
Sure. It's fine. You're on the grind.
Stop sharing for just a minute.
Don't tell me what to do.
Can you just real quick go to DeviantArt?
Yeah, be careful.
It's not logged in, so you won't see anything 18 plus. Mm-hmm. Search my old business name.
I don't know what it
Art
is.
by Starla and Marc.
Oh. That one.
And then I'll just grab a random one. Okay, so I was in the same boat as you for several years where when I ran my first business, I was photographing just over really plain backgrounds because I created very like nature and fantasy inspired skeleton necklaces. And starting my business, I did all white backgrounds, all plain backgrounds. And then someone told me, you need to get outside. You need to start, showcasing them in more natural environments. And I did alter my photos a lot, which isn't necessary. But I took these pieces that were, that I thought you're going to miss the detail if I put them in natural environments. And I actually enhanced the overall product by doing that. And this one is probably one of my favorite photos. Yeah. Go ahead and share. And it really just, as long as you're being very careful, and I also didn't have optimal places to take photos. This was just like in my garden on a leaf that just, I just happened to be able to get a good shot. There's so many different ways that you can execute good photography that creates a sense and a feeling as opposed to a product that just sits plain on a white background. You can give a lot of life to something just by putting it where you feel it would naturally be.
Yeah, but say I like this one a lot more.
Hanging out in the wild. My main place that I took most of my photos was my tree, and I would just hang the pendants on a branch and then, make sure that the background was blurry as I, stood back.
Not with an attitude. It won't like that. It won't scoop it.
What? In 2030? Sure it will. What do you mean? Etsy's still doing fantastic. It's still doing great.
Yep.
If you actually look at where Etsy was before the pandemic and where it is now.
Still better than it was pre-pandemic.
Yep. it has still done fantastic. But anyway, for those who didn't, I've always talked about that I sold skeleton key necklaces, but I don't think I've ever actually shown them. This is examples of what I used to make. But anyway, okay, we're good. All right. Ooh, Ruth, if you have house plants, might help as well. Yeah, some house plants. Deviant art, yeah.
And they had originally.
I've been around for
said,
a long time.
Why are everyone facing low sales? Because they're not.
They are. I mean,
they're not. It's you have to. You're not in the right browser for that. You're not logged in. Go to Edge.
Oh yeah.
Just pull up Shop Buzz. If I pull up your shop, are you going to have a unique sales proposition with a unique product? And
all right, put Etsy.com. Okay, go ahead and show screen.
Yep.
Okay, so this is at Etsy in January, and this is where we are now. Why do you think this is? Why are these sales declining? Well, I've been doing this for 15 years now. I've been selling on Etsy. I just showed you where I got my start, was selling necklaces. And if we start, looking at the time frames, well, January, if we looked at December, it would be way up high, and January would look really bad. Unfortunately, this graph doesn't give a full,
Yeah, I wish we could do more than 90 days.
But after the holidays, people are holding on to their money. So this is already a little low. But now as we're moving into spring, guess what? There's less holidays. And as we're moving into this warmer weather in April, not only are there less holidays, but it's been really nice outside for most of the U.S., which is where 85% of Etsy's customers are coming from. 85? Most.
Yeah, it's most.
And UK, you guys are getting some warm weather as well. So what we're experiencing is normal. I mean, it's a little lower than normal, but it is completely normal for the spring and especially summer, June actually being the worst, for sales to slow down significantly because people aren't sitting at home on their computers buying things. They're saving money for vacations. They're getting outside. They're putting money into yard work and, they're living.
They're living, and also the economic state of the entire planet is in a bit of a rough spot.
Let's compare it, Etsy to Amazon. Amazon is obviously a lot bigger than Etsy, but look what Amazon's doing. Does that mean that Amazon's not going to be here in 2030? No, this is normal. This is what happens in the spring, and it's also what happens when we're in a poor economic climate. Can you add eBay in here?
I was reading that. I can't type.
And then we need to get rid of Amazon because it is a mega giant. Look at that. Look at what eBay's doing. It is the exact same pattern.
Dang, jeez.
So all of these platforms are experiencing the exact same dip, which tells us it's not Etsy, it's the world. And
don't have such a doom and gloom. I can tell that this is one of those things. We don't do this anymore. I can tell this is one of those things where, like, you go to the Etsy forums and this is all you see. You go to the Etsy Facebook and that is all you see. Everyone has this attitude, and you have to, you're not going to succeed or even be motivated to want to put in the effort to succeed if you have the mindset of, I'm never going to do well.
Sure.
You can use it as a driving force. You can always be like, I want more. My shop should be doing better than this. It's about flipping the script on its head. Don't just be, oh, everybody's sales are down, it sucks. The thing is, if everybody's sales are down, they're in the same boat as you, which means we need to take a step back as an industry and start to educate people. When they say you need to put 400 listings in your shop, you say, no, what you're doing actually is taking sales away from everyone else, because people get on the platform, see 500 of the same thing and say, screw this, I'm going to Amazon.
Right.
Because I'm not going to pay $35 for a Creative Fabrica t-shirt that I can buy on Amazon for $5 and get tomorrow morning.
Sure. And it's also about learning to specialize. Like we just showed Science and Snark, Rebecca's shop. She's POD and she has
a USP,
a ton of sales because she has a defined niche.
Yes.
And, I had critiques for her thumbnails, but she's still selling. She's doing well because she has found her unique sales proposition. That's like our term right now. And
because that's what it is. That's
Well-
literally what it is. You don't even have to have a unique product. You have to know how to sell the product in a unique way. That is your USP.
Yeah.
You can be selling the creative fabric of garbage, but you need to know how to put it in front of people who are going to buy it. And that's not the typical Etsy seller. The people that buy those things buy things on Amazon. You're literally wasting your time.
Sure. And, I have a lot of people who say, well, the product that I sell isn't unique. Have you guys been to everybody grab your phones if you've got an Instagram account? Go look at Scrub Daddy. The sponge?
Oh my God.
It's a kitchen sponge. It's a sponge that you wash dishes with. It's just a kitchen sponge. Go to their Instagram account and don't just look at the things that they post. Look at the engagement on their posts. It's a sponge. It's insane.
It's a sponge. It's an average everyday sponge you buy at the grocery store, and I guarantee that they sell more sponges than anybody else because of it.
Yeah, because
they hired a 20-year-old to do their Instagram.
They found a creative way to sell what they're doing. There's always a way to stand out. If your product doesn't stand out, then you have to market it in a way that stands out. If you can't do either of those things, and you have nothing unique about you that makes you pop from everything else that's on Etsy, you're going to struggle. There's going to be, you're going to have a really hard time. There's going to be so much competition for what you're doing that it's going to be impossible to break through. So just, and it takes time. It can take years to figure out what your thing is. But what doesn't work is sitting around saying, Etsy's so slow.
My sales are 0. I used to get 2 to 3 sales. Okay. What did you do to maintain those sales?
Sure.
Did you change nothing? Did you create new products? Did you build an email list? Did you put anything in the packaging when you sent stuff to people to get them to recontact you and make them feel like they had a one-on-one experience with a seller versus buying something from a corporate company stuffed with nothing? Like, what did you do to maintain those sales?
Sure.
It's not the sale is the cherry on top of everything else that you need to be doing to make this work.
Yeah.
You need to be putting in the effort from the start to the finish and then beyond. It doesn't stop when you're done. Mm-hmm. You don't finish the meal and quit. You finish the meal and start cooking again. That is how you maintain a shop. You can't it's not a set it and forget it. And that's the dream that all these people are selling to you.
Passive income.
Selling on Etsy isn't passive income, y'all. It might be if you're the first person or the first couple hundred people in an industry to do something
new.
Yes, you're literally, these people are selling you a book on how to make $1 million by selling a book that makes you $1 million. That is literally what these people are doing. These TikTok and Instagram people that are like, ha ha ha, buy my $5,000 Etsy course. It'll make you, this is exactly how I did it. You're never going to make money because it's how I did it and you can't do it that way anymore. But here's how, stop listening to these people.
That's how you become fat, because you said you eat your meal. And then
you want your business to be fat with money. If you want it to be fat with money, keep cooking, chef. Keep going, keep cooking, keep working, quit giving up. I see so many people that's this mindset of, oh my God, my shop's not making any money. I haven't done anything new in 3 years. Keep cooking, chef. Nobody wants your old moldy bread. Cook.
Make something new.
Cook on it. Make something new. Do something cool. Step outside of your comfort zone and post a weird TikTok. Do something fun. I'm going to be trying some new things with my social media as well, because I tell you what, in the coaching space, what I don't want to do is all of the coaches that are just like, here's my perfect office with my little, I've got this perfect, clean, sad beige mom office, and here's me working, and here's the top things I did to be successful. Oh my God, is there not enough of that? But yeah, I know it's what's trying. So I've got to get out and cook. I'm about to cook. Nobody wants your moldy bread. Get out and cook. Get out and cook. That is the lesson for today. Start Fat Biz Squad. Fat Wallet Gang. Gang. I love it. Yeah. Get out and do it. Cook. This guy. Look at that. You're this guy. Cook, chef. I want to see it. I want to see you cook.
I'm trying to think.
All I want is for you guys to succeed. We don't, I mean, we ain't out here rich, but we'll help you get rich. Just got to listen.
That's true.
Just got to listen.
We've been doing this for a long time.
And here's the thing. We're the kind of people that'll tell you not every business is going to succeed.
It's true.
I think more businesses, I'm not going to say more businesses succeed now. More legitimate businesses succeed now, I think, than ever before. But not every business is going to succeed. There is a ceiling to some things, but most people never hit that ceiling because they get a little bit and then they're like, this is what's working. I'm just going to keep doing this.
Yep.
And what you should do is keep doing that. Watch out for other people doing that. And then when other people start doing that, learn how to take that thing and innovate it and turn it into the next thing. People don't succeed by following the leader. They succeed by becoming the leader. That's what we teach you to do. That's what we want you to do. You take the little psychological tips and triggers and the little things. You turn lazy mode to hard work mode, and you succeed. Sometimes.
Thank you to whoever donated.
Holy frickin' crap.
Is that turkey? Is that turkey?
Yes. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. If you like
Bro, can you tell I had a quad shot espresso an hour before this stream?
If you guys like what we do, there are so many ways to
big back business.
Big back business.
I love you guys.
My daughter, who is 14, every time we're like, "What do you want from McDonald's?" She's like, "I want a Big Mac for my big back." Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. If you want to support us, there's multiple ways to do it. My favorite way is by donating to cat adoption and rescue efforts. There is a button like somewhere around on the page. Thank you to the anonymous person who donated. You just click that button and you donate to the kitties. We don't see a dime of it. It goes straight to them. Not this fat kitty, but to kitties who need...
Mr. Man, Bubbles. Hey.
To kitties who need to be adopted and rescued. So definitely consider clicking that button. The next charity we're going to do is water.org after we hit our $2,000 mark. Did we hit $2,000? Let us know.
I don't know. Let's find out. We got to get scooting though. You got to record a video.
I know.
16. We got 300 and some odd math left on that.
Cool.
384.
Second, join the Patreon. If you like what I do here and you want to pay like $5 a month to get a bunch of extra stuff, you could also pay 15 or 25 and you get more stuff.
Yes.
I've got a huge trends digest, 190 trends that have more searches than what there are competitors. For everybody who's like, oh, nothing is selling. Yes, things are selling. I literally have a list of 190 things where there are more people searching for those types of things than what there are competitors who have listed those types of things. There are some things in that trend report. There was a type of necklace where Mark and I were looking for results on Etsy for that type of necklace. It was like angel blowing a horn necklace, something like that.
There was literally not a listing. There was literally nothing associated with that at all.
Thousands of people searching for this type of necklace and there's nothing. No one has listed this. Like there's people who are like, take my money, and no one is making the thing anyway.
I posted the link to the post itself. You guys can get that for $20 or you can join literally any of our tiers for a monthly price. And I don't know, why is it lost? Why is what lost? One is currently lost.
Oh no, kitty.
Oh no. Go get him.
Go find
Put the litter box outside.
Yeah, then they can smell their own.
They can smell their poopies.
They can smell their poopies.
Guys, we love you. And I'll get a recipe up on the Patreon. I know I'm late getting that up there. Oh God.
We've had, if you missed the beginning of the stream, we've been
What happened to Mark's Meal of the Month? I'm only behind on this month's. Guys, I swear to God, I'm working on it. We've been super busy.
We poisoned ourselves, not unknowingly. There's a hole in our furnace and we have...
It's being replaced next Tuesday.
But probably for like a year or more, we've been breathing toxic air and not even knowing that there was a hole in the furnace. So all these months that we've been sick and tired and you guys have been, maybe there's something wrong with you. And we're like, no, it's just our allergies.
Guys, stop ordering biscuits. He won't stop. Oh.
But yeah, that's why we've apparently been sick. We've been breathing toxic fumes. So now we've got it all turned off because we're waiting for people to come and replace it. And we feel good. I feel
great.
We feel alive because we've been poisoning ourselves all winter. I just thought it was winter sleepies.
We love you guys. If you guys are interested, Handmade Alpha Academy, it's join HAACADEMY. handmadealphaacademy.com, or just go over to handmadealphaacademy.com. We got all the stuff over there on that. Joining up for our email list does not obligate you to buy the course, but it lets you know when it opens. We'll start answering more questions about HAA in the coming weeks. We'll have Critique Week, June 14th through the 24th.
If you do have questions about Handmade Alpha Academy in the meantime, though, you can email me.
Starla at handmadealphaacademy.com. You can literally email us anytime. We'll get back to you as soon as physically possible. But we've got to record a video. We've got a date night to do.
Yeah, date night.
We love you guys, and we will see you on Tuesday for a new video. And next Friday, hopefully Michelle will be feeling better. We'll be able to get her on stream. If not, we'll figure something out. But till then, peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
I love HAA.
Before I joined HAA in the winter session of 2023, I had no clue what to do for my Etsy shop.
The way that Starla goes into details about what different color psychology is and how to market to your target customer, she really breaks it down step by step.
Starla and Marc will break everything down in a simple, easy to understand teaching style. If I can do this, you can do this.
And with HAA, I have a step-by-step module, each module building on itself, each step building on itself, so that I have that concrete foundation.
As a person who has ADHD, I really appreciated the way that the lessons were taught.
I have the business foundation to do whatever I need to help that business succeed.
And I just thought that that was so impressive for a course to just be so inside my brain that I was constantly thinking of how to make the store better.
So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, I would highly recommend joining Handmade Alpha Academy.
It's been a lifesaver for me, and I mean that quite literally.